What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Filsinger Games Character Spotlight with Mike, Brock, and Pete.
I'm Mike.
I'm Brock.
I guess that makes me Pete.
You can be Pete this week.
Yeah. I'll be Pete, not repeat.
We never worked out the new intro. We have to.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out eventually. This is only week two.
Yeah, you bring in a new guy. This is what screws up the flow.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We've been doing this for like 4 years. We still don't know what we're doing. So tonight we're going to be talking about more characters from CPC 2108 with U.S. Traitor and Dreadnaught, the Death card.
Death card.
Come on, there we go.
Yep.
Focus. There he is. Yeah, so we're moving right along through this set. Feels like we
Let's
just
start off
started
with
it.
the Traitor.
That scumbag.
Yeah. This was 1999 when this came out, so I was trying to think what was going on in the world in 1999 that would push Tom towards that. I don't remember. I don't think of anything crazy. We were getting ready for the year 2000, so
Maybe it's Y2K.
Was
maybe.
it
Yeah.
Bush was the president? Bush Jr.
No,
No, not
99
yet.
was still Clinton.
Clinton?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you guys really had anything rocking then.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't because 2001 is when uh, stuff hit the
9/11.
fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of this turn. I mean, you kind of saw this guy come up through the system as like, the rookie that just got beat up and then he got better. And then when he gets to his best card, he betrays the team.
Yeah. But Sam had groomed him and groomed him and groomed him, and then
Hmm.
that. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
was the biggest thing was the Columbine School Massacre.
Yeah. I was gonna say there really wasn't a whole lot going on that would have caused a military dude to jump to the other side.
Yeah.
So
Hmm. What's
Especially
his
if,
reasoning in
maybe,
the
maybe you
book?
watch old Sergeant Slaughter videos.
Yeah.
yeah, maybe. So I'm looking in the book, and it just it's a really fast like special press conference that was called that U.S. Patriot called, and then when he came into the center, he was in the interview center. It was U.S. Traitor, and so because he basically one of the things says that America has become a second-rate country in the 22nd century. It's been going downhill a long time, so why fight for it anymore? Plus, I'm tired of being in the shadow of Commander Sam. So
It's Sam's fault.
it's Sam's fault. Yeah. So, and then like the next line is, "I'm swearing allegiance. Long live Cygnus." So
Yeah, so
that was it.
this card's quite the drop down.
Yeah, raw ratings went from a 31-35 to a 23-36. So he got a little bit better in tags, but as a singles character, he dropped significantly.
Yeah.
I mean, his level 2 offense is pretty tough though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stayed pretty much the same.
Hmm. He has a double finisher now with a tag
Yep.
finisher on there.
Yeah.
What is the turncoat flyer? It's the same as the freedom flyer, which was a backdrop off the ropes.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a finisher that was.
Right.
The backdrop.
From day one, a backdrop, a
Uh-huh.
high elevation backdrop.
I mean, the Mega Blast, his first finisher was a running shoulder tackle off the ropes. That sounds more impressive.
I've seen guys use shoulder tackles, but we also don't use them as pin moves. They're just one guy drops down, then you jump over them and you start the. It's one of the first things we learn in school, wrestling school, how to do a drop down from a shoulder tackle.
Yep.
Could be why he never captured a lot of titles.
Hmm.
Could be.
That was his big finish.
Could very well be.
The Mega Blast.
So
It was
he's
a mega blast.
Yeah, he does have, he's got what, 6 tags on his card.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is a tag specialist with Maelstrom that we talked about last week.
So between 6 tags and 3 names, he's got a 50-50 shot on his entire card of tagging out.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, he can take a beating too. I mean, his pin
It's a 4,
is
stays,
yeah,
stays.
yeah, so which is, it's up there comparable to, for what we see now. But like his level 1 and level 2 defense, you're not really doing much to him.
Mm-mm.
I think he's the only character for every iteration of his card keeps the same pin.
It's possible. It is possible.
I could be wrong. Someone will correct me if I'm.
Someone out there is screaming at the screen right now, going, "No,
Yeah.
no, he had a 6-3 in this set. This card, yeah,
or that somebody else had it.
yeah,
Yeah,
right,
right.
But this is an
yes.
odd thing too. Turn the car
Turn
sideways.
the card, yeah,
Hmm.
turn the car sideways. So
They're doing that a lot more in this time period. I like
I think
the
because it gave
horizontal
Jeremy
card.
more of an action pose.
Hmm.
yeah,
Because he definitely did action poses.
yeah.
This drawing reminds me of Guile from Street Fighter.
Yes, doesn't it?
He also has a cartwheel kick, which Guile used.
Yeah,
So I wonder if there's more influence there than we realize.
But he's got a C in turnbuckle, which is, if you're gonna have a C, that's the place you want it.
Yeah. You can't be pinned out of the turnbuckle other than a snake eyes, I think.
Yeah, and then you can be thrown out of the ring now.
you can go out of
Hmm.
the ring too, which even
Yeah,
if you get that on a C, that's good because his ring is a B, so which is better. But
Hmm. You can take over on 3.
yeah, yeah,
depends on who your opponent is. It can be handy.
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
So he's not too bad. It'll be interesting. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to use him. I know he'll drop down to my second level promotion, and he might join whatever team is feuding Sam, so I can continue that little, go to because Sam's my good guy right now.
Hmm.
Let's do a
Yeah.
bit of a dramatic reading for the U.S. Traitor.
Okay.
After debuting with Mentor Commander Sam, oh no, hold on, let's skip there. Oh yeah, in his motives were unclear in 2108, but his fervor in his new position was blatant, if inexplicable. Oh, that was a tough word there. He teamed with Maelstrom
Spit
and
it out.
was managed by Sam's arch enemy, Mangus, until 2112 when his teammates turned on him and booted him from the team. Attempts to reconcile with his former manager, Sam, and his strange wife, Miss Liberty, were rebuffed and he slunk away from the GWF in disgrace and without friends. Unable to return to Earth for fear of reprisals over his treason, nobody has seen. Wow, what a depressing story on him.
Right?
Even, even, uh, what's his
Sweet
name?
thing. Miss
Well, no,
Liberty.
I was gonna say even Sergeant Slaughter got a happy ending. Not this guy.
Yes. Yeah. Well, of
And really unable to return to Earth for fear of reprisals over his treason. Wrestling's that big.
course it is.
People
In
are
the
like, oh,
GWF.
In the GWF, it is. They settle wars over wrestling matches.
That's right.
I just I kind of do like the drawing better that the unpublished Jeremy Sue art from the book.
Sure.
Yeah.
He goes
I
back to the bodysuit days.
yeah. I like Guile looking guy better.
He's much more dramatic in what we got.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah.
but
So,
he doesn't have the dish gloves like he does in this one.
That's true.
well, you does he? No, yeah, he does not. So, yeah. But I mean, this one right here though gives, you can feel the turn. You can feel
Hmm.
the anger in that drawing of
Because the
him
pose
becoming
is
traitor.
it's similar to his previous card, the 2097
Yeah,
card, but it added the angry face instead of the smiling face, and I
Yeah,
really liked Sue's work here.
it's very you know, Japanese animated art style.
Hmm.
But
yeah. I
if
was
we
looking back through my Fed championships, and it it took them 2 years, 20 to 21 in for this. Oh no, 2109. So 1 year for them to get their tag, and they got the IP tag team championships is where they landed.
oh,
So they
Maelstrom and US Trader.
yeah. So it took them a little bit, but they got there. So yeah. But that's the lower of my two. I don't have an IP tag team championship anymore. I just have one, but they would have held it then, or they did hold it back, like I said, back in 2109 into 2110.
So you're
So
just like Jeff, only one tag title.
now, yes, now I only have one tag title. So smaller roster, I don't need 50 billion titles. I got five total. So five, one, two, three, four. Yeah, five. That includes a women's title. So yeah.
I just broke mine down into different feds and have 800 wrestlers.
I don't.
But yeah,
Nice.
we don't upgrade we don't power
Yeah.
creep.
What was his raw rating on this one?
On this one, he was a 2336,
36.
down from a
Definitely
3135. So he went up a tick
tag team
in
went up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which isn't too bad, but I always like having a good tag team every so often. And I think whoever I team them up with, I'll look at it. It won't be Maelstrom, but it very well could be, since I haven't introduced Maelstrom yet either. See how they do as a team.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back to this era. If I were going to put him with somebody else, I mean, him as a tag partner with someone else that has a tag specialty, that's a tag team specialist, they could be very dangerous because Maelstrom, brings that team down because he doesn't have the tags on the back. Where
Yeah.
with Traitor, he just he really elevates your abilities to in the tag arena.
Hmm.
So he's
And
your level two guy.
I'm looking at him too, and Maelstrom's one of the guys that, so if US Trader gets hurt and we got to tag out, Maelstrom's not going to be able to carry that team.
Yeah, no,
That's what made the Mercenaries good. So if Vigilante got hurt, Soldier of Fortune had a decent enough card where he could hold his own for a bit.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So he's not too
yeah.
bad. But it's let's slide over to
The death card.
The death card for Dreadnought. So let's just review the death chart real quick here.
Yeah,
So if you roll a number one on level 3 defense, you have to roll two dice, and if you roll 2 through 4, there's a chart you roll on where Dreadnought could die.
yes,
So you roll two dice on a 2 to 3, tragedy. Dreadnought falls unconscious. Opponent pins Dreadnought and wins. Dreadnought is given emergency treatment, but too late. It's the end for Dreadnought. So he's dead. On a 4 through 7, Dreadnought suffers a minor injury. Add 2 pin tokens to the pin rating. And an 8 through 12, play normally.
since you've already done this, Pete. How did it work out for you?
Um, I am 99% sure because I've had to go look this up that it was nth degree, the dude with two heads, nth degree,
Hmm.
Pollux, transevolved, that got it, that killed him in the ring.
Oh,
And the reason, like somebody like that, and I think a lot of people had odd folks that it happened to because they didn't want to put him in the ring with like superstars. Like no one was
Yeah.
putting him in main event matches, like so that someone really like a big name could finish him off because he was an undercard. Like I mean, at this point, he's first match guy. So that's why he would for me he was wrestling guys like that. And Nth Degree was the one that got him. But it took a while. It wasn't something that was overnight. It took like this card could still be being played because those aren't the easiest things to roll. Like you got to roll
Right.
a down and then a
Yeah.
2 to 4 and then a 2 to 3
Hmm.
consecutively.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like he's going to die. And I think what Tom started doing is in the future books where he wasn't dying. We'll get there, but I'm pretty sure that it said if Dreadnought's still alive, change it to this.
Yeah. And then it was finally just assume that he's dead.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people just stopped because it really was it wasn't the easiest thing for him to
Mm-mm.
to die.
They
So
should they should work this mechanic onto every single card.
yeah.
Just make it more and more difficult to do.
So I mean people now have like +2 or add 2 moves, don't they? Is there
Yeah.
someone I'd have sworn that has an add 2 and I was like, that's the same thing. So
Uh-huh. Yeah, the power creep is real. Some people don't think it
yeah.
is, but
Yeah. So yeah,
yeah, this card is terrible.
it is. Yeah, it's
What's the roll rating? It's got to be like 12 or less.
It's -17 for singles, -11 for tag.
Okay, so it's 12 or less. I was right.
Yeah. Significantly less than 12. But his card before this was a 35-41. So he's still like a
yeah,
upper tier mid card guy. But he fell fast in 3 years, man. He
yeah. That Trans Evolver really got after him.
trans-evolving poison, I guess you can.
Yeah,
Let's see what the book says about it. Loyal to Doomsayer, though no longer affiliated with him, he took the chance as he watched his abilities decline and took another trip through the Doomsday's DNA cheating machine, only to come out more aggressive than ever. This caused some to speculate that he may perish in the ring. But as he himself said, at least he'll die doing the only thing he loves to do. While he has not officially perished, it can only assume that his time in the GWF has ended.
Okay, so that's where
So,
Tom just wrote him out.
yeah. What this is the thing. If you're a booker and you know a guy's like, you know, on the verge of dying in the ring, why are you gonna book him?
Ric Flair.
it's the DWF. It's in his will.
I mean, this is a cool mechanic,
It is.
but I mean, for the ongoing history of GWF, having a different person kill him in every single Fed that's out there, I mean, it would be kind of a big deal
Yeah,
if somebody got killed during a wrestling match. I mean, you think it would impact the entire like main timeline, but I mean,
Like, how many guys have you seen or know of that died in the ring?
in real life.
Like, there's a guy that fought Rey
Oh,
Mysterio,
hmm
yeah. Well, yeah. Okay, Rey Mysterio.
Did Mike DiBiase
Iron
die
Mike
in the ring?
DiBiase,
Yeah,
Yeah, Owen, but that wasn't from
it wasn't
a
from a
move. It
match.
was
yeah,
well, Owen from falling from the ceiling.
Hmm
yeah.
So
But this could have been like a major storyline. Like say like somebody like who was a big hero at this time? I can't even think of.
I mean, you could have had Buck do it.
Yeah,
Uh,
like Buck would have been a good one. But like somebody like a white meat baby face, like would they want to get back into the ring if they killed a guy?
Lance,
Yeah,
uh,
like somebody like him. I could see him just like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I killed that guy.
Star Warrior still. Star Warrior still.
I think he'd
Yeah, Star
retired.
Warrior. No, because he's still there, but uh, I'm
Oh,
trying to go
there's
through the book.
there's quite a few guys who died in the ring. I just looked it up.
Alpha
Brian
Force
Owen,
Chaos.
Yeah, but I just feel like that. I mean, that would be like a game changer for any Fed, like depending on who killed him. Like if like an evil bad guy killed him, like they could be that could be like their badge of honor, and then I could see like
Yes.
a hero not wanting to wrestle anymore.
Plum Mariko, a female wrestler. Jeanette Wolf, a guy named Oro. Gary Albright.
Well, that was recent too, wasn't it?
I mean, just imagine if you had Blazing Skull take him out too after taking Crossfire out,
Yeah,
right?
Moondog Spot.
he he might have to go to jail by then.
Yeah.
So Moondog Spot died in the ring.
Yeah. Hmm.
Nico Kata, Pero Agoya Jr., Mitsu Masawa.
Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, I could only think of Mike DiBiase off the top of my head. Hmm.
They don't even have Mike DiBiase in here. So yeah, it could happen.
Yeah, I mean the dangers are there for sure.
Oh,
Hmm.
Silver
Yeah, the way I
King.
always look,
Oh yeah, here it is. I found another one. Iron Mike DiBiase.
the way I always looked at it is like, yeah, this is. I'm not going anywhere. I got nothing. I can't do anything else. And even as bad as I am, that +4/+1 with a pin of 8/5.
Mhm.
Um, this is all I know how to do, and so I'm gonna do it till it's done.
Yeah,
So
I guess it's admirable in a way.
kind of,
After all the performance enhancing he did throughout his
yeah,
career.
right. That's right. So, kids that are watching this is a story with regards to using performance enhancers to increase your abilities early on in your lives and
Hmm.
careers, and in the long run, it just doesn't work.
Can pay the ultimate price.
That's right. Yep. You can look like this. Yeah, I got the glare coming off.
It's
So
okay.
yeah, so
Oh, Lethal Larry Cameron. Yeah, there's quite a few guys. So yeah, it can more than happen. I don't for me, I'll probably use this card 1 year. If he doesn't die, then he's just forced into retirement.
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, it's not the easiest. Like I said,
No.
if you get somebody that's too strong, the match is over quick because if they hit their finisher, he's pretty well done.
Yeah.
If you get some, you almost, it's going to be a mid carder, or it's going to be someone that's on the lower end of the card that he's probably going to fight more often than not. That's gonna take him out because that's just where he's enhancement talent at this time.
Hmm.
However you want to call it. Um, and that's like I said, I'm almost positive that it was Nth Degree that did it because it was just trying to push Nth Degree to get him some wins in my Fed, and that's just what happened.
Hmm.
But I also think it was, again, if Tom, we'll look as we get there, but Tom putting in, if he's still alive, change the rules to this. So yeah, because he was saying Pete, he's still alive in people's Feds, and I'm like, yeah, that's not the easiest roles back to back, man.
Hmm.
So
It's
Yeah,
true.
like I'm looking at it, he's got three C's, a B, agility +4, power +1, can't keep you down, can barely get you down. I'm just shocked he doesn't have two downs on level two.
yeah, I mean, again, it's only one role that is going to get to him to get to the death chart.
Yeah.
Had it been two, then yeah,
What he actually reminds me of is Nikolai Volkov. So I wrestled some cards later on in Nikolai's career. Dude was pushing like 62, 63, still getting in the ring. But his matches, and he was losing to like just, here's, Jim Bob
sure,
from wherever, and he's losing to him in like a minute and a half because he can't wrestle that long anymore. And he's collecting his $200 or $300 paycheck. now,
Yeah.
and it's just dropped
Yep.
right off. And that's just what he did. And that's what I picture Dreadnought's doing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
I watched Nikolai lose to a guy named Stunning Sean in 6 seconds, like Nikolai Volkov.
Was it one of those things where I can get into the ring, but I can't get out? So you got to pin me as fast as you can because I got to roll out under the ropes.
The he they started the match and he was like, I haven't started singing the national anthem. So he started singing the national anthem. Sean drop kicked him in the back and then schoolboyed him up.
Sure.
Yeah, crowd went nuts. Nikolai's throwing a hissy fit, but that's to me that's Dreadnought.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's exactly how you treat it. So yeah. So there's your booking.
I'm not gonna give anybody to feud. He's just
So
gonna
what's
be.
weird is that in the handbook, I'm guessing by this time Soldier of Fortune got his downgrade,
Oh
I
yeah.
think. Yeah, because in the book it says that he's actually teaming with Soldier, the downgraded one, as Battle Core. So they've gone back to being like they buried the hatchet and they're actually a tag team periodically. So that was in the 2108 handbook. So
Nice. I'm glad they made
rather than
amends.
yeah, yeah.
They
Before it was
made
all said and done, yes, before the end.
Good
so
stuff.
for our Mount Rushmore, since we have a new
So
guy named Pete, we decided to
yeah,
have a little fun with it and pick our four favorite Pete's plus an honorable mention Pete. So Pete,
sure. Yeah.
we'll start you off. Who are your four favorite Pete's?
Me or Brock?
We'll start you off. You're the
Okay,
Pete. You're our
I'm the
resident
Pete.
Pete.
So number one's easy because it just it just is Pete Rose. Pete Rose is my one of my all time favorite athletes, and that just Mr. Hustle. It was what I wanted to be when I grew up. Besides an announcer, Pistol Pete Maravich was also pretty cool as a basketball player. Um, Columbo Peter Falk, the actor Peter Falk was Columbo. Is it? And Pete Carroll, the head coach now of the Raiders, but previously of USC and Seattle and some other locations as well. Was the what I think he was the Jets and the Patriots, but yeah, head football coach. And of course, the honorable mention would be Peter Griffin.
There you go.
Oh.
You have to go with Peter Griffin. You got to go with Peter. So, so, yeah.
What about you, Brock?
I'll go Peter Cullen, famous voice actor. Uh, did about 100 different characters in the 80s, including Optimus Prime forever. Peter Laird, the co-creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
I'll go Peter Jackson, director of the Lord of the Rings movies. Those were
Yeah.
fun. Um, I had Pete Rose too, but I'll think of another one. Hmm.
Pete Vukovich. There you go.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
we go. How about Peter Chris from Kiss, the
There you
Cat
go. Peter
Man?
Chris. Yeah.
And then my honorable mention, Peter Parker.
Peter Price.
There you
Hey.
go.
Yeah.
For me, I got Pete Rose, the all-time hits leader.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to go with guitar great Pete Townsend.
Yeah.
Who?
The Who?
Yep. Then I'm going to go with one of my favorite actors, Peter Dinklage.
Ah, yes.
Yep.
I liked him until him and Hornswoggle had beef, and then I
Yeah.
had to remove him from the list.
Then, because I was such a big fan of, um, now I'm drawing a blank, the Young Frankenstein, Peter Boyle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my honorable mention, I'm going to go with, I did get to watch this guy play, Pistol Pete, but he was with the Celtics right at the end of his career.
Okay.
So that's the only time I got to see him play. But I remember because Bird called him out. He got mad at Bird for not passing the ball.
Mhm.
And then Bird said, "Well, if you were any good, I wouldn't have two guys on me."
This is true. By then he was, yeah, he was not nearly as good as what he was when he was younger. So yeah,
That just made me laugh.
yeah.
And my honorable mention, because I'm a big comedy fan, Peter Sellers.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, Peter Sellers. Well,
Sorry.
a wide range of Peters.
Oh yeah.
So many Peter. I didn't realize there were that many famous Peters, and I'm
There,
looking up famous Peters, and there's like a list of 50 of them. I'm like,
yeah.
whoa.
Peter Gabriel, Peter,
Yeah.
Pete Sampras, tennis. I mean, there's a lot. So
Peter Frampton.
Peter Frampton. Yep. Yep.
We got Pete Doherty.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when you get into the non-real ones, there's they just Peter Parker, Peter Griffin. So yeah, there's a lot. Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you see. So, yeah.
Yep. So
Well,
many.
let's wrap this up.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. If you haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. While you're here, scroll on down to the description below where you'll find all of our friends who make Filsinger Games related content, including the official Filsinger Games podcast roll-up, the Legends team's Uncharted Territory, Dizzy Dice from Lee Longpre, solo promoter from Grant Pachoco. Grant is also here on YouTube, along with Dave Little's Heartland Championship Wrestling. Brad Plays 81, Bucky 749, and after further review. I'm on Twitch sporadically at this point. Check that out. I'm hoping to get back into it more a little bit later here in the summer, so keep an eye out for that. And until next time, everybody, have a great week.
Night all.
Later.
Night.